Very good. Quite enough of that. Right, settle down, staff. Thank you. This is a very important operational directive from the head of the Meat Militia. Many of you may believe that to be myself, the Field Marshal. Not so. Even Field Marshals take their orders from upon high. And this particular directive comes directly from Her Majesty, Pim, first of her name, Queen of the Pirates, etc., Commander-in-Chief of the Meat Militia. Here is the operational update. All active operational staff are required to complete the following assessment. There are 10 questions. You are required to provide answers to each of these 10 questions, upon which you will be designated into one of two categories. First-class citizen, i.e. intelligent and fit for service in the Meat Militia, or second-class citizen, aka irretrievably stupid. Failure to answer any one of the 10 questions in the correct fashion will have you ending up in the second-class citizen basket and deemed thereby to be irretrievably stupid and unfit for service in our organisation. So do take this very seriously. Let's move on. I shall read out the questions so that there is no confusion, staff. Pay attention. Here they are. Question 1. If I invented a microphone which amplifies sounds of water molecules interacting, and I was awarded a Nobel Prize for it, and if I told everyone in the world publicly and explicitly that this microphone cannot see light, it can only hear sounds, would you believe someone else who knows nothing about microphones at all, who claims that it can see light, even in the face of clear evidence that it amplifies sounds rather than sees light? Think it over before you answer, staff. We don't want anybody ending up second-class citizens now, do we? No. Good. Right, question 2. If I told you the most common sign of apparent wetness is being perfectly dry, in fact, how would you react to that? Do think that one over as well. Question 3. What if I told you that every dead person autopsied has some water in their body? Hence the cause of their death was water, even if it clearly wasn't. What would you say to me? Question 4. What if I said you, as a dry person, can in fact directly cause others to become wet by splashing all your dry wetness on them? What would you say? What would you say? Field Marshal, Lord Field Marshal, sir. Okie dokie. 5. If I told you being wet was the single most dangerous threat to our very existence, even though we have been getting wet and dry again for millions and millions of years, and that you ought to avoid everyone else, wet or dry, because they may cause you to become wet, what would you say to me? Tricky questions, I know. Number 6. What if I suggested to you that your skin is perfectly evolved to handle getting wet in any case, and only a tiny percentage of folks have skin that is faulty in this respect? Would you suggest that those with faulty skin should avoid water immersion, rather than those whose skins function perfectly well? Discuss. Question 7. If I told you the only way to ensure your skin works is to paint it with a poisonous paint, which is not waterproof anyway, and to mandate everyone else in the world to also permanently paint their skins too with the same poisonous and non-watertight paint, what would you say to that? Question 8. What if I suggested to you that we ought to ostracize, disenfranchise, shame, and bully everyone who refuses to permanently paint their skins with this paint, which might in fact destroy their skin entirely? Would you suggest I'm being reasonable at all? Question 9, just 2 to go, staff, nearly there. If I said the following to you, how would you react? I am bigger and stronger than you, and I say you must allow me to paint your skin with toxic, erosive paint which will never come off. And if you don't allow me to do this, I will prevent you from moving around freely, earning a living, accessing vital services, or attending any public function of any kind. Question 10, the last question. So far, hopefully you've got 9 out of 9. 10 out of 10 is required to be deemed fit for service in the Meat Militia. Don't forget, a failure on any one of these questions will have you classified as irretrievably stupid, and thus you will be discharged. Here it is. If I said the following to you, how would you react? I am bigger and stronger than you. And I say if you want to live normally and have a job or a life, I am going to stick this thing that I have here into your body. What would you say to that, staff? Would you think that it sounds quite familiar to Mr. Weinstein or something like that, perhaps? I don't know. Anywho, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You have to pass this test on your own, staff. These are the 10 required questions. You will be classified. Failure to complete this test will deem you to be stupid irretrievably by default, and you will be excluded simply for not participating in the thing that I'm telling you you must participate in, whether you fucking want to or not. Are we on the same page, staff? Good. Right. Dismissed.